Hello, friends, and welcome to Sales Funnel Tuesday. I'm your host, Kerry. Thank you so much for tuning into today's episode. ClickFunnels 2.0 Workflows Walkthrough for October 2022. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and bell notification. If you do like this video and get some good value out of it, please hit the like or thumbs up as well, whether you're watching this on YouTube, LinkedIn, or over on Facebook. And as always, feel free to share this with anyone who might benefit from it or find it of interest. I'd greatly appreciate that. If you have a comment or question, please leave it, and I'll do my best to answer it in a timely fashion. So let me head on over here to my ClickFunnels 2.0 dashboard. And I'm right here. I'm in Workflows, and I'm inside of the marketing. Let's call it the app. And then under marketing, we can click on Workflows. Of course, we have broadcast, email templates, countdown timers, marketing settings right now that are available. Events and deadlines are not available yet, but Workflows has gotten me a little bit excited, because this is where I wanted to see how ClickFunnels was going to handle doing stuff that is basically email automation, much like I use and implement all the time in my active campaign account. So if we head on over here in Workflows, we see we have live draft, imported, archive, which is pretty typical. We can search, we can filter, we can sort, we can check out the layout, we can look at the card view, we can look at a table view. So if I switch it over to table view, it's just going to show it this way instead. Shows my actual, information here, right? Status, triggers, completed, active steps, revenue, which is cool because that's a little bit market hero-ish. Let's see how it all plays out when we get through past the beta stages, of course. But if we're looking at this and we want to create a brand new workflow, what we do is we come in here, we give it a name. So we might call this like workflow. And then we might do this with run type here, multiple runs per contact back to back. This has multiple runs per contact simultaneous. I'm not sure what those two differentiate, what their difference is between them, because I don't understand what the difference on what you would want to do back to back versus simultaneous for. So I don't get that, but I'm sure there's some part of this that will be explained in the learn more section eventually. And then only one run per contact means that one contact can only run through this automation one time. So this is what I would typically pick, and then I would click on create workflow. And then once we create the workflow itself, it brings us to an editor. So this is going to load up here in a second. And then when we're in here, it says this workflow is disabled. You can enable it by toggling the button in the top right corner. So that's this button here, so we can turn it on or we can leave it off. We have settings. We have, looks like, analytics. If I come back to settings, let's see what pops up here. So I can rename it. I can change the run type. So I can update it. I can discard it, etc. Then what we do is we have a trigger. So there's no trigger set yet. But what we can do is we can click on this trigger. We can click add a trigger. And then we can say, it says here, no criteria selected. This workflow will execute with every event in your workspace. So we can change this to active, number one. And we can choose an event type, right? So in this case, we had a calendar event. We have an order for successful purchase. We have opt-in, page view. So we can do opt-in. And then we could send them to a specific funnel, or we could have a certain funnel execute based on the fact that they've opted in. So in this case, I'm just going to select this new funnel. And then we could select a page that they could see from the opt-in as well. So we could select a certain page. Let's say it was a sales page. And then we create this trigger. And then you can edit this any way you want. You can go back and edit it. You can turn it on, off. We can add a trigger, or we can just hit close. And now there's this trigger. Then the next thing we can do here is we can click on this plus. And then from this plus, we have these options on the right-hand side. We can send an email, send a sequence of emails. It says coming soon. We have a conditional path, a split test, a delay, trigger, another workflow, end path. Looks like conditional goal is coming soon. We can add a tag, add a note, create task coming soon, notify, create affiliate coming soon, third party, webhook, enroll, etc. So what I like to do is I like to notify myself when things happen. So I'd probably put a notification here. And then I'd probably put it looks like I can select my user being associated to a certain email account. And I can have a message here. It says like a new subscriber. And then I could say just opted in for XYZ. We don't really know what this is. And then notification type, we can get notified. It looks like we can do email for sure. Notification here. I don't know what this is. It must pop up within ClickFunnels 2.0. I'm not exactly certain. So we'll add that to create step. And so we have that. And if we wanted to change it, we click on these three dots, and we can look at step settings. We can split test the step, which is interesting as well, because then you could add basically an A/B split test right there. And then at the notification level, I'm not sure I would want to do that for notification, but you could do that, right? So that's pretty cool. Then the next thing we want to do is hit the plus button. And let's say we wanted to come back up here and do a conditional split path, right? So this is basically an if then else statement. And so the yes is on the left, the no is on the right. You can see it branches off and different things can happen from there. And then we click into it to set up our condition, right? So in this case, we can name our condition. Right now it's just called conditional split test or split step, but we can name it something more specific if we knew what we were doing with this specific conditional split path, right? And then we can do different things. Like right now it says email address is set. What we could do is contains and then have a variable. We could say is like we could change this from email address to tag, because a lot of times we like to use tags. And the tag could be does let's see, is not set, is set, contains, does not contain. So if we were looking for contains, you know, a specific tag, right? So tag name here. Let's call it tag name. And then we click submit. And now this conditional step is based on a tag that this person came through and has. And then on the yes side, of course, we'd add another step. On the no side, we could add a step, and then we could continue going on with this workflow till we finished it off. But in this case, let's say after they clicked yes, we sent them an email. So if I clicked on it, let's try it again. Yeah, it just took a second to load up. So this would be an email, and a lot of times I like to use my day number 1, email number 1, and then you know, whatever this, you know, subject of the email is or whatever. And then we give it a subject. So your subject line here, pre-headline will be blank, from address, and then we design the email. And let's just create the step for now. Oh, template can't be blank. Let's try this design. So we could just select a design, or we could start from blank. So there's all these options now for emails. So we can just pick something like, let's just use this one for fun, just to have something in there. And then we can go back and design if we want, but let's just create the step. And so now we have this email, I think. What's going on here? It's looking for me to do something. I'm not quite certain because we have our email there, but it wants me to have something before the email, maybe a delay. Let's try delay. Oh, that just took it away completely. Okay, so that could be a little bit of a bug, but I just wanted to show that to you. We could do a delay here too. So we could set this to like 1 day, and we could say days. Oops, I can't put the word day in there. I just put the time. So this should just be a variable of a value, a numeric value. So 1 day, create step. So we have 1 day timer there. Okay, so this is bugging out a little bit, but that's cool. And then we just keep on working through our flow till we finished it. Very similarly to how we set up an automation in ActiveCampaign. So you can see there's going to be quite a bit of power inside of ClickFunnels 2.0 when it comes to workflows and automation. And you can drag these things around and change the order of them. So if I wanted to, like up here, after they opted in, we could move that there. If we wanted to move this email up here and send an email first, I mean, you can move things around very easily, very quickly, just like you can in ActiveCampaign. Can you duplicate is the other thing, though. I don't see the option to duplicate anything unless you can drag it here and have an option. Don't see that option either. Okay, so what it does seem to be missing the duplication process of a particular trigger or event or whatever you want to call it in the flow process, which would be helpful. But it's not, doesn't seem to be here. So we'll see if they're going to add something like that, or if it's something that I'm overlooking. But that gives you a little bit of background, a little bit of an idea of how the workflow system is working and how much functionality it really does have. And so you have quite a few options over here on the side that are pretty much the same options that you have inside of ActiveCampaign. I'm sure there might be a thing or two missing, or a thing or two added that ActiveCampaign doesn't currently have. So you may find this either better or worse depending on your experience with ActiveCampaign or other email automation building tools out there from other email marketing service providers you may be using. All right, so that's it. I just wanted to share that with you and run through that. ClickFunnels 2.0 is live. You can sign up for it now. I will have an affiliate link eventually in these videos for ClickFunnels 2.0, but right now if you go to kerrysclickfunnels.com, you can get signed up for ClickFunnels 1.0 if you haven't used it yet, and you can upgrade to ClickFunnels 2.0 from there. So anyway, appreciate you guys as always for tuning in, and if you are watching this on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and bell notification. And if you did like this video and get some good value out of it, please hit the like or thumbs up as well, whether you're watching this on YouTube, LinkedIn, or over on Facebook. And as always, feel free to share this with anyone who might benefit from it or find it of interest. I greatly appreciate that. And if you have a question or comment, please leave it. I'll do my best to answer it in a timely fashion. All right, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you right back here real soon. Take care.